Well, friends, here comes your favorite meddling kids and that dog of theirs. This time, it's time to review Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. But is it really as bad as people say it is? Well, you'll just have to find out when I review this movie right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to y'all as the Big D. So now I'm going to bring to you guys another review of the Scooby-Doo movie series. This time, it's Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed from 2004. Now, the film was directed by Raja Gosnell, who directed the film's predecessor, with the story written by James Gunn, and of course was released by Warner Bros. It had all the original characters back: Freddie Prinze Jr. as Fred, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, and Linda Cardellini as Velma. Along for the ride include Seth Green, Tim Blake Nelson, Peter Boyle, and Alicia Silverstone, with Neil Fanning reprising his role as the voice of Scooby-Doo, despite Frank Welker was currently voicing Scooby at the time on What's New Scooby-Doo and would soon take over that role for the later animated features. Now, this film is fun and all, but unfortunately it didn't match up to the success of its predecessor when it came out in March of 2004. So now, let's get going with our story. Now, unlike its predecessor, this film takes place in the gang's actual hometown of Coolsville, where the gang of Mystery Inc. are attending the opening of an exhibition at the Coulsonian Criminology Museum, commemorating their past solved cases with monster costumes on display. However, the celebrations are interrupted by a masked man known as the Evil Masked Figure, who steals two costumes using the reanimated pterodactyl ghost. The gang are ridiculed by journalist Heather Jasper Howe, who is played by Alicia Silverstone, who starts a smear campaign against them. Including an old enemy of theirs is the Mastermind, the gang revisit old cases, dismissing Jonathan Jacobo, the former original pterodactyl ghost. Well, maybe not the original if you've seen this character in the cartoon, due to his apparent death during a failed prison escape 3 years ago. But they guess that Jeremiah Wickles, the portrayer of the Black Knight Ghost, who you may know from the very first Scooby-Doo Where Are You episode, What a Night for a Night, and Jacobo's cellmate, he was Jacobo's cellmate in prison, is the culprit. And of course, Wickles is played by Peter Boyle. In one of his last few movies, actually. Well, maybe not his factual last movie, because I know he was in the Santa Claus sequels, So, my mistake. So, the kids go to Wickles' mansion, and they fall through a trapdoor and into a cage, targeting unwelcome callers. They escape with the aid of Daphne's cosmetics. That was kind of strange. But inside, the gang find a book that serves as an instruction manual on how to create monsters. So Shaggy and Scooby find out inviting Wickles to visit the Faux Ghost nightclub. They are attacked by the ghost of the Black Knight, but escape when Daphne fights him off while Velma discovers its weak spot and disables it. Before fleeing, the rest of the gang had previously discovered through the book found in Wickles' mansion that the key ingredient to creating the monsters was a substance called randomonium, which can be found at the old silver mining town. Well, I can tell you that the gang go to the museum accompanied by the curator, Patrick Wisely, I believe that is, yeah, that's Seth Green's character, who Velma apparently has a bit of a crush on, and what have you. But Heather turns the whole city of Coolsville against them, of course, when they discover that the rest of the costumes have been stolen. So they go to the mines, finding Wickles' plans to turn it into an actual amusement park. And as they confront Wickles, he states that he and Jacobo hated each other and that he had no connection to the museum robberies. Well, as I can tell you this, that when I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm sorry about that. So Shaggy and Scooby, after overhearing the rest of the gang criticizing their tendency to bumble every operation, and especially their most recent offense in failing to secure the pterodactyl ghost at the museum, resolved to better themselves and become real detectives. Following the lead from Wickles' note, their first clue ever, well, they sneak into the faux ghost wearing disguises to try to solve the mystery, only to discover it's a hangout where all the villains Mystery Incorporated had unmasked. So, and that's when Shaggy and Scooby come into action. And after speaking to Wickles, they hear how he has mended his evil ways. Scooby causes a dance scene caught in his disguise, unfortunately falls off. Yes, which causes one of the villains they masked long ago. Yeah, let me see. I forgot his first name. I know his last name was Magnus. He was Redbeard's ghost. And then one episode, he recognized it was the Scooby once his disguise is off. And not only that, one of the dude learns that Shaggy is in disguise. And they manage to escape through a trash chute. On their way out, they spot Patrick uncharacteristically assaulting someone who appears to be a member of his staff, ordering him to find answers who vandalized his museum. So escaping awkward interaction with Patrick, which he does these scary faces and what have you, which is absolutely funny. Shaggy and Scooby spot Wickles leaving the club and follow him. So the gang then find the monster hive where the costumes are brought to life as real monsters. Shaggy and Scooby play around with the machine's control panel, bringing several of those costumes to life, and the gang flees with the panel as the evil masked figures terrorize the city. Yeah, they find some of them, including Captain Cutler's ghost, Meyer 49er, the 10,000 volt ghost. Oh man. So they flee with the panel as the evil masked figure terrorizes the city. Escaping to their old high school clubhouse, the gang realizes they can reverse the control panel's power by altering its wiring. Suddenly, Captain Color's ghost emerges from the lake, forcing the gang to head back to the mines, encountering the various monsters along the way. Now, I'm going to get to the last bit. You got 5 seconds to stop this. Go to the description box and fast forward to the time to avoid ending spoilers. Okay? Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Okay, where was I? Oh, yes. When Velma tries to give Shaggy and Scooby the control panel, they refuse to take it, but believing they'll just ruin everything and admit that they feel inadequate compared to the rest of the gang. But Velma convinces them they're fine just the way they are, since they're goofballs. But they prove what they are. Velma sees Patrick in the mines, finding a shrine dedicated to Jacobo built by Patrick. But he proves his innocence by helping Velma after a catwalk unexpectedly gives way under her before being taken away by the pterodactyl ghost. So they confront the evil masked figure as the tar monster captures all of them but Scooby, who, along with the cover of Scooby-Doo Where Are You by MXPX again, plays, and he uses a fire extinguisher to freeze Tar Monster's body, reactivates the control panel, transforming the costumes back to normal. And soon the gang takes the evil masked figure to the authorities, and Velma and Daphne unmask him as Heather. Ooh. When asked why Heather did what she had to do, Velma did something only a second after, as she suddenly pulls and peels Heather's face off, revealing she's actually Dr. Jonathan Jacobo. Yep, the original pterodactyl ghost, who is played by Tim Blake Nelson. Of course, you've seen him in movies like Meet the Fockers, which actually came out the same year. He also was in The Incredible Hulk, but most of y'all knew him best as Delmar from Ober, Where Art Thou? It's revealing that he had survived the fall from the prison wall and sought to get revenge on the sleuths by discrediting them. Jacobo's cameraman Ned is also arrested as an accomplice, and the sleuths are praised as heroes in Coolsville. And in an end credit scene, as the credits start rolling, we get to see the gang doing some moves in the faux ghost as they celebrate their victory with the reformed criminals, which is absolutely pretty darn cool. Yeah, I gotta say, this movie is really good as we come to the end. End of story, sorry. Okay, now what did I think of Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed? I'm gonna say it's not bad. I mean, while it may not have done as well as its predecessor, but that doesn't mean it's still a fun experience. There's all sorts of funny experiences. A part where Shaggy and Scooby are messing around with these here vials and beakers filled with liquids and stuff, transforming them to things. That was so funny. Yeah, pretty good and what have you. The movie also has some pretty good tunes and stuff. So anyway, I really do think it's pretty cool and what have you. Now, despite the film didn't do so well, there was to be a third movie to conclude this. Unfortunately, it just didn't happen. However, this year, James Gunn revealed that he was set to write and direct this third movie, but it didn't happen due to the financial disappointment of this. Said, although it did well, it didn't do well enough to warrant a third, so the movie was never made. And according to Gunn, he tweeted that the plot for the canceled film found that the Mystery Inc. gang are hired by a town in Scotland who complain they are being plagued by monsters, but we discovered throughout the film the monsters are actually the victims, and Scooby and Shaggy have come to terms with their own prejudices and their own belief systems. Okay, but enough about that. Anyway, the question now is, would I recommend Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed? Yes. That's a sure. Go ahead. But if you are a big Scooby fan, go for it. The cast is good and what have you, and I do like how some of the story goes. I like how they had more ghostly forms of the actual character ghosts that they amassed in shows like Scooby-Doo, Where Are You, or the Scooby-Doo show. Yeah, that's all I can tell you. But it's not too bad of a movie, so I'd say this is worth looking into. So that's it. Well, what did you think of Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed? Please feel free to tell me in the comments section below. Like and subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Now, I will do the two Scooby-Doo prequel live-action movies sometime down the road. I don't know when, but I will. But anyway, next time on Monday, I will be starting my review of the Rugrats trilogy. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you again for watching. Now, if you liked what you saw, you can check out some of these other Scooby vids and what have you. Now, in the upper left-hand corner is my Saturday morning TV log of Scooby-Doo Where Are You?, which I did on the show's 50th anniversary last September. The upper right-hand corner is my review of the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie, and the bottom left-hand corner is my recent spoiler-free review of the new animated feature, Scoob, which is playing on video on demand. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya!